let's go back to our Mint Mobile hotline that's asking a question that's kind of around right now is, how much has Dwayne Johnson's image suffered as a result of all the fiascos going on?
Hey, what up, crew? My name is Zeke. I was listening to your guys' topic on The Rock and Shazam and all the mumbo-jumbo that happened with that. My question is concerning how much is this really going to affect The Rock's image with the general audience? And then furthermore, how do you think this will affect how likely he is to get cast, or maybe now less likely to get cast among studio execs and casting directors and stuff like that? Do you think this really affects his image in a way that might make him not be this golden boy of Hollywood, the franchise Viagra that you like to call him? Or do you think that this is kind of maybe just some bad publicity right now, in a few months we won't even be thinking about it? Thank you, guys. I'm going.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling that in, Zeke. And, you know, it's interesting because in all the years that I've been doing this, and you know what? In July, I just realized this the other day. In July, it will mark my 20th year doing online film punditry. My very, very first blog post on my website, The Movie Blog, was July of 2003. I did a post about the upcoming movie Seabiscuit.
Oh my gosh.
And anyway, but in like the 20, it's a good movie. In like the 20 years I have been doing this sort of thing, I don't ever recall having any kind of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson backlash. I mean, he certainly put out movies that people didn't like and things like that. For sure, that happens with everybody. But I don't ever recall sensing any kind of a questioning of the image of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If anything, for the last 20 years, he has been kind of the golden boy. The one the media and people like me and fans all love. I do not believe he is, people misinterpreting. I say he's my second favorite movie star. That's not the same as saying I think he's the second best actor. No. Very different things. But he is my second favorite movie star, one of my favorite personalities, one of my favorite guys just to flat out see on screen. I think he's charming. I think he's fun. I enjoy his work a lot. That being said, with Black Adam came a huge gamble. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson decided with Black Adam, he was pushing, to use a poker analogy, he was going to push all of his chips into the middle. He was going all in on Black Adam. Because not only did he spend a lot of years trying to get it there, but he spent a lot of time talking about this movie. And as we later found out, this movie kind of became an anchor point for him to make a move to try to take over the DC studios. And here's the thing, you know how we always talk about, I say it in movies, but it's true in life. Winning cures everything. Had Dwayne Johnson successfully, let's say he was the new CEO of DC Studios, right? We may be looking at the story a very, very different way. It would have been maybe inspirational about Dwayne Johnson had a dream. He loved the comic books and he had a dream of being the head of a comic book movie studio, and he went after that dream and he got it. I mean, then it's a feel-good story, right? At that point, it's a feel-good story, which has basically been the 20 years of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Hollywood. It's been a feel-good story, but he didn't get it. And instead, the narrative kind of became, did you hear he was going around behind people's backs and trying to maneuver to get the studio and all that? That became the narrative. Fair or unfair, that became the narrative. And now we can go over to my screen here. Like, we get headlines like this that we never would have seen before. How Dwayne Johnson kneecapped Black Adam and Shazam 2 while trying to take over DC. Like, this guy has been the golden boy for the media, for the fans, everybody. You would never see headlines like this before. But, sorry, the bag of word mom. But now, today, with him having been behind the Black Adam project for so long and pushed all of his chips in it and really went after it, you know, Black Adam clearly didn't work out the way people kind of hoped. I know it didn't work out the way I had hoped. I still like the movie. Like, I like Black Adam. I don't care what anybody says. I like it, but I do have some major issues with it, and I totally understand why there are so many people who didn't like it. I get it, even though I myself am a fan. But Certainly kind of fell on its face financially. The movie didn't even make $400 million. It didn't even make $400 million for a Dwayne Johnson-led superhero film. Granted, it was an unknown. A lot of people try to come to its defense. Well, not everybody. A lot of people don't even know who Shazam or Black Adam are. I get that, but nobody knew who Guardians of the Galaxy were either. I mean, and they didn't have nearly as big stars as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did. I mean, and obviously there was a number of problems connected with Black Adam. There were a number of factors working against it that we don't have time to go into all again here. But obviously there was more than one factor. There was a bunch. And it can't all be laid on the massive shoulders of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But the question is, with the, let's call it what it was, the failure, financially at least, of Black Adam, the failure of it to become a serious franchise, the failure of it to become what Dwayne Johnson wanted it to be, where it was going to transform the DC universe, where the hierarchy of power in the world of DC has changed. The failure to change that hierarchy of power, because he wanted to make DC all about him and Superman, which I'm all for. I guess, and Henry Cavill still would have been there. But that being said, it didn't work. Didn't work. And Rock got caught with his pants down. Listen, when you swing big.
Oh, no. He swings big.
Listen, that was not meant to be connected.
Well, how big?
When you take big swings.
I'm just trying to save you.
When you take big swings and you hit it and goes out of the park, the people stand and cheer. But when you take a big swing and miss, your body does this weird big full swing twist thing and you look a little bit silly. The Rock has always had the guts to take big swings, but not often has he missed. And this one he missed. So, and then with the news coming out that he actually kind of interfered, granted, it wasn't a lot. People are blowing that out of proportion. It wasn't a lot, but he did to a degree interfere with what they were trying to do with Shazam 2. It's not a great look. And again, bring it up here again, Jonathan, it ends to getting headlines like this that we never would have seen before. So the question is, has this done long-term damage to the image, the perfect image of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? It certainly has done momentary damage. I mean, like right now, today, I just go through my comments section the last couple of shows, and like the comments that people leave, they're normally, even for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movies that they didn't like, people say, yeah, I love watching The Rock, but yeah, this movie wasn't for me. But I've been going through the comments section the last couple of days, and there's a lot of people who's like, you know what, Dwayne has never been this, and Dwayne's not all that good, and Dwayne shouldn't have done this, and it was really scummy of Dwayne to do that. So there is at least a momentary problem with his image, yes. But will there be long-term? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. What's Dwayne's next movie?
I was looking right now. He has 7 upcoming projects.
Of course he does. Yeah. Of course he has 7 upcoming projects.
Including The King, San Andreas 2, Big Trouble in Little China, Jungle Cruise 2, The Red Notice sequel, Doc Savage, and Red 1.
Yeah, I think a couple of those aren't happening anymore. There's a couple on that list I know for sure aren't happening anymore. But I mean, I like San Andreas. I thought San Andreas was great.
I just can't believe that there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what does he do? The Return. This time, it's personal.
There we go. Aftershock.
Aftershock. Oh my God! You just came up with the title.
Well, I did, and he copied
San Andreas 2 Aftershock. Again, we go back to that saying, winning cures everything. If his next movie that comes out, do we have a sense of what the next one's going to be there, Taylor? Does it look like?
It looks like The King is up next.
Which one is that?
He plays King Kamehameha, so...
Oh,
I swear that's
awesome.
Say that again?
Kamehameha.
Is it listed as being in pre-production, production, post-production? Does it give anything on it? But look, again, all it takes in this business, if Dwayne's next movie comes out and it's a crowd pleaser... What's that?
You know what? The next one up is Red 1. That's the only one that says post-production.
Oh, that's the one he's doing with Chris Evans, right?
I can check for you.
I think Red 1's the one he's doing with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, Nick Kroll, J.K. Simmons.
It's a Christmas movie, isn't it? I think it's about Santa Claus.
Yeah.
If I remember. Okay, so let's go with this. Let's say Red 1 comes out. If people love it, guess what? Winning cures everything. It just does. But if Red One comes out and people don't like it, it's going to exasperate these types of headlines. If San Andreas Aftershock comes out and like
It's official.
and it's official and it's not good, it's going to exasperate. It's going to make these just magnify the problem.
To the insiders, like to the public, I don't think the public knows that he railroaded anything at WB, if he even did or not. But the insiders, the executives, the producers, they're going to make sure these articles keep rolling, probably.
Maybe. Because I'll tell you what, but I will guarantee you, I think whether or not this is going to have long-term problems for his image is all going to depend on how good are his next one or two movies. I think that will dictate what happens, because if they're bad, this is going to get amplified. If they're good, everybody's going to forget about this one temporary stumble. At least I hope they do, because I don't care. I mean, look, if he interfered with Shazam 2, I don't like that he did that. But I can not like one or two things that somebody does, but still like them overall. I'm sure Anne doesn't love every little single thing that I do, but she loves me. So yeah, there's that. I don't know, guys. Question is for you. What do you think? Do you think that with what's gone on with DC and Black Adam and Shazam 2, do you think there's been some image damage for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has been the golden boy for the past couple of decades? If so, do you think that image damage might be long-term, or do you think it's going to be forgotten about? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.